EHR prevents me from being the best doctor I could be
I think these
because they
things are
don't
going to evolve.
because it doesn't present me the data that I need in a way that I can then, because I think that's what a doctor does, right? I'm basically a translator. I get a note from you that says why you're not doing the tubes and what the plan is. And the parents following up for another reason, they're like, I wasn't convinced with Dr. Block. And if I can have that information as to what you're thinking, then I can explain to them why that's a good course of action. But if I can't get to that information quickly and I'm fumbling through a computer to try to get to where it is, and it's a pop-up window that's too small to read quickly, and the note was generated by Epic, and there's 5 pages of notes with social determinants of health, and patient was counseled about smoking. Like he's a 2-year-old, he doesn't smoke. All these other things that get populated by Epic solely for the purpose of billing more. I
Right.
can't get to the meat. I just need the old-fashioned letter. Hey, Herb, I'm not doing tubes in this kid yet because it's it's the end of spring. He probably is not going to have any colds during the summer. If he has a cold during the summer, I'll see him back. I'll put the tubes. If not, we'll see what happens next winter.
What you're saying is there's someone else on the other end who's not using the AI scribe, who's not using ambient AI, because the way that the ambient AI works is it puts it in a narrative that
Yeah.
is easier to decipher what's going on. It's easier to know what's important. And this is not like it's just the last iteration. And I'll tell you,
This is
because the guy who runs Freed, his wife's a doctor.
yeah.
Good.
And
His
this
wife is a
isn't rocket.
physician.
This
But
isn't
think about
So
rocket
it.
science.
she's going to be in his ear telling
Yeah.
him the issues, and they take feedback from physicians all the time
Yeah, yeah.
and then integrate it in the next iteration.
Yeah.
And so it's going to keep on
And this
improving.
isn't rocket science, right? For those of us that are old enough that we dictated notes to our referral physicians, it was concise. I didn't need to tell you that the kid had
Yeah.
a heartbeat. You know that. It's your patient. You sent them because he had a fracture. I'm going to tell you, I saw him in the ER. The radiologist says he has a fracture. The orthopedic surgeon put a cast on it. He's going to follow up. You don't need to worry about it. Thank you for the referral. Next. That's
Yeah,
all
but
the
that's the
other.
purpose of the Freed. You don't have to type all that nonsense.
You just talk, you have a
You just
conversation.
talk.
I
Forget about the little
understand.
buttons in between.
I understand, but that does it. Free to Eye is a great product, and
Yeah.
I think it's a great product. What
Yeah.
I'm telling you is the architecture of ECW, which is the EMR that this practice uses,
Mhm.
makes it very difficult for me to look at that clean letter that you sent or Dr. Block sent that I need to try to figure out to see what I'm going to tell the parents.
Yeah, but
And
those are
then,
all documents, Herbs. I get
well,
pages
George,
full
that's
of
what I do
Epic.
for a living.
I
If
know,
I'm
but it's
seeing
not going to change. You're not changing the world. Epic is not going anywhere. All right. You're
Yeah.
still going to get
well,
500
George, you're
pages.
saying if this changed my life. No, George, because if I have a diabetic in the practice, they're here for their 3-year-old physical. I need to try to decipher what the pediatric endocrinologist said
Right.
about their diabetes,
Right.
what the plan is. And if it's 7 pages of nonsense and I can't get to the assessment and the plan going on to make sure that the mom's okay with that plan, I'm not doing anything.
All right. So that's
We're
where it
talking about
becomes
two
on.
different things.
Yeah.
We're
Yeah.
talking
Yeah.
about two
So
different things.
what you need to do is you look at the document, you review whatever things that you think are important, but not in your head. You say it out loud. The patient.
George, you're not getting my point.
I am
I'm
getting
No,
it.
not
no,
dumb.
you're
I can do that. What I'm telling you is I need that information in a way that I can consume it quickly because I don't have an hour per patient.
Yeah, you're not going to get it for the next 10
And,
years.
and if you cannot have it in a way in the EHR that I can consume it quickly so I can translate it to the parents, reassure them, tell them Dr. Block's in the
You
right
know,
path. We don't want to put the tubes in the summer. That's why I send you to him. We don't need to be aggressive. There are always complications with that.
but you're
But if it
suffering from
happens again,
perfectionism. You're never going to get it.
it's
80%.
not perfection.